about something that has come to my mind. And to me it's very disturbing, but to others it may not be. I've been seeing a lot of these videos popping up online of where animals are getting botflies stuck in their noses. Botfly larvae, which if you don't know anything about botfly larvae, they have little needles that keep them till they're ready to come out. And one thing I did not know, and this is really important, a lot of these fly larvae will get in your horse's poop after they've pooped or something. Like, they'll get underneath the poop when you see a lot of flies. And somebody told me to always kill them because they can get into your horses. Whether this is true, I don't know. I've never looked it up, never done anything about it. To be honest, every time I see one, I kill it, regardless of the fact. Because botfly larvae can get into your skin and stuff. And I'm pretty sure it's very painful. I've never had one in me, don't ever want one in me. And they're just like little green bugs. Like, they're about this big, about this long, about that wide. But when they're little, they're like this wide. It's kind of like, they look like, God, I can't make it. The things that when, it looks like fly larvae, like maggots, which are housefly larvae. Botflies are a lot different. They hurt when they bite, a lot more than a horsefly. But houseflies are little bitty. I think botflies are like the size of a horsefly, but they're different. They're not green, they're black, I think. I don't know, I'll have to look it up and put a picture of one in the video, and a picture of the larva too. But the botfly larva is kind of yellowish color, yellowish white color, like a cream color. And they are getting, I seen one video where a cat had a hole in its nose. And its nose had swelled up, and if it was me, my personal animal, I would take it to the vet and have the vet do it, because it's more safe that way, and you're less likely to get hurt. These people took it to the vet, took the kitten to the vet, and they put it out the nose. It looked very painful, because a kitten's nose ain't but about yay big, depending on the breed. And you got your bigger cats that have bigger noses, but still, no. They got something called Asian beetles, also. They can get in your horse's mouths. I mean, in your horse's mouth. In your dog's mouths. Any animal, cat, dog. And it causes little sores in their mouth. Like, they bite. They look like ladybugs and they bite. For some reason, I thought they were Japanese beetles. They are Asian beetles. And I've yet to correct myself on that. But they look like ladybugs, but they're not. These suckers bite. Sorry, my phone case is messing up. But anyways. They bite the roof of your animal's mouth, and it can cause sores, and it can be very painful. Oh, yes. Also, if you have and this is going to sound inhumane as can be, and it's not to be inhumane by any means. It is to prevent your horse from hurting itself. And I've heard from a lot of people that hot sauce don't work if you put it on your trough, but if you get some habanero sauce, I think that's what it's called. I don't know, it's got a rooster on it. I'll find out the name for that. But anyways, it's really hot sauce. And we tried it with our horses, and it worked. I mean, yeah, we had to do it a couple times, but it still worked. Another thing is if your horse breaks off its tooth, you need to really watch that because it can cause an abscess in the tooth itself, which I've had an abscess. Like, if y'all remember when my jaw was real swollen back here, up in here, it was on this side, I think. That was an abscess. A huge abscess. And what they had to do is they had to go in my cheek and cut it open and put a drain in it. Sadly, I thought I was chewing gum in my sleep, and I went to go spit it out. And I wasn't really chewing gum, I was chewing on the drain. So yes, I can vouch for an animal. The drain really is really painful. I've seen animals with drains in. They're really painful. I used to think, oh, drains don't hurt the animal. Yeah, they do. They hurt me, they hurt the animal. And I have a very high pain tolerance. Like, super duper high. And that hurt. Like, I've cut my hand open. On my ring finger, I have a score where, I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm not flipping you off. Like, that's my ring finger. I have a score right there from where I was sharpening a knife and the knife slipped and I cut it all the way down to the bone. I poured alcohol on it. Didn't bother me. I pour alcohol on every one of my wounds. The only wound I've ever had that it has hurt on, only 2 wounds I've ever had that it has hurt on, is when I had a fuller wreck and I got something like road rash on my thigh, where my thigh had hit the handlebars and slid, kind of, sort of. But my thigh was also bruised too, around the area. And I did not go to the hospital and get stitched up. I was offered to go. They offered to take me to the hospital. I said no. Because in reality, it probably didn't need stitches because it was pretty deep. It was like a gash. And if y'all don't know, I don't know if you can still see it, but I have a scar on my right arm. Yeah, on my right arm, where I had an accident on a horse, doing something I knew better than doing, and sliced and got road rash on my arm. That really hurt. I had a doctor. It took 2 months to heal completely. My shoulder was bruised. My shoulder is currently messed up. It will never be right. I can lift my arm up like this. But as far as getting it to go straight up, it pops and it has pain. So when I go to get something up high, I have to have my arm at a slant. I cannot put it straight up. This arm, same thing. But it's not as much pain. It's just uncomfortable. I've never had an experience with an animal getting a botfly anywhere. I've had experience with wolves. We've never had an experience with a botfly. I've had experience with wolves. Wolves? Yeah, wolves. Which is like a worm pesticide thingy that gets in rabbits and it like eats a hole in them. I've had experience with those when I was younger. And as far as I know, there is no treatment for them. You just gotta let them take their course. I don't remember what we done for ours. I think we found ours too late. Yeah, we found ours too late and there was no treatment for it. Parvo, there is a way to prevent that, but it doesn't always work. Somebody told me that if you will give a dog, it's not penicillin. You gotta give them a bath every day and give them some. God, what is the name of that pink stuff? They give it to children for throwing up. I can't think of the name of it, and we ain't got any. It comes in a bottle. You can also get it in a chillable thing. And it's pink. And pretty much you just take it for an upset stomach. I'll get a picture of that and put that at the end of this video too. There was something else. Oh, cracked hooves. Cracked hooves, there's actually supposedly some kind of worm or something that makes your horse's hooves crack. Personally, the best thing I found for horse that cracks its hooves a lot is shoeing. It keeps them from cracking. A lot of people don't agree with shoeing, but they got shoes now that you can glue on, and pretty much all shoeing does is holds the hoof together. Like, the hoof won't crack or nothing, unless the horse's feet get overgrown. I've had one incident where a horse's feet were so soft that they would not take to a shoe, and I haven't shoed her since then. Had her shoed since then. But my farrier is very, very awesome. And the farrier I was using at the time was not. So when the shoes decided to come off, I called him. He came outside. Bless his heart, sicker than a dog. Bless his heart. Had the flu and something else. But anyways, he still came outside and came out here and done my horse's feet for me, and a friend of mine's horse. And he even corrected my gelding's feet, which at the time was not my gelding. As y'all know, Tex was not my gelding last fall, when I was, late last winter. He was not my horse at all. He did not become my horse till this spring, which I am going to try and have him correctly shoed to hopefully keep him from clipping himself. Keyword hopefully. Because I don't want him clipping himself anymore. And I've seen a lot of horses that you have shoed that won't clip themselves. One of my mares that have been corrected from overreaching by shoes, because I get used to those shoes. My mare was corrected from it by shoeing, and she hasn't clipped since. But yeah. I'm also going to try and do more videos as I can, but I might also be looking into a job. So yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye.